This is Pranav Rao from Smartkarma, and I'm pleased to have with me Sanghyun Park to talk through his recent insight on SK hynix. Sanghyun, thanks for your time today on the 13th of March.
Mhm.
Could you explain to our listeners when SK hynix's AGM is and what, in your view, is the key agenda item at this meeting?
Sure, yeah. Hynix AGM is coming up on Wednesday, March 25th. We have a bunch of things on the agenda, but the market's really focusing on these specific two items. One is item number 2-2. This one is really special. This one is about updating their articles of incorporation to match the new commercial act. It's a really big deal because the National Assembly passed the mandatory treasury share cancellation, cancellation law late last month, and this specific item 2-2 is expected to spell out the exceptions that allows Hynix to use their treasury shares for strategic moves, which include ADR listing. So basically, this is the legal green light. Their management needs to keep their options open under this new rule.
Yeah, that's more just around this potential ADR issuance.
Mhm.
Did you have any opinions how that might be structured?
Sure, yeah. As for how this ADR issuance might be set up, it's more looking like it's really looking like treasury shares will be used instead of fresh issuance. Hynix is they are really in a strong cash position, reporting what our record 19.2 trillion operating profit last quarter alone, and so there is really no need for them to dilute their existing shareholders with new shares, obviously. So they you know obviously they will lean on the flexibility from this specific item 2-2 and the capital. And there is another item in this AGM which we should focus on, and that is their capital reserve reduction. That's the item number 9. So with that item, so combine these two items, they can actually fund a buyback to support the ADR. So this looks more like a pure value play aimed at closing the valuation gap. And right now, Hynix still they're a clear leader in this HBM4 race. So but still they are trading at 5 times board earnings, and Micron in the US they are trading at 11 times their forward earnings. So there is still a huge gap in valuation. So US, their ADR listing gets them into the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index, which would likely bring in a big wave of passive flows from US funds that currently can, you know, that currently Hynix cannot really imagine without their ADR listing.
Got it.
So yeah. So the key word in this AGM, obviously, the key thing the market really wants to see is obviously confirmation, right? So if this item 2-2 and item 9, which are clearly set up for ADR issuance, if that clearly allows treasury shares to be used for ADR listings, that's the signal everyone is waiting for, obviously. And so there's already strong or if you follow the recent news that there's already strong institutional support. BlackRock, for example, reclaimed the 5% stake in Hynix late last month, and that's the first time in 8 years. So, and on the fundamental side, Hynix is coming off really eye-popping, amazing operating profit, nearly 20 trillion in just in one quarter, and they are holding over 35 trillion in cash. So they definitely have the firepower to support this ADR listing without diluting their existing shareholders. And from a timing perspective, the timing also fits with their with their tech roadmap, HBM4 validations should be done in the second quarter of this year. So rolling out the ADR now really positions hynix to capture the valuation bump that usually comes after big this kind of big major tech milestones, which is HBM4 validation. So to start, again, hynix, from a valuation perspective, they are still at a big discount to someone like Micron.
Yep.
So this ADR could bridge the gap by opening access to US passive flows and potential index inclusion. That's the whole point of this ADR issuance.
Understood.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for the call today, Sanghyun. And listeners, check out our coverage of South Korea on Smartkarma and tune into our next Smart Call. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye.